Welcome to RomWills Money Matters. Seriously, start a business if you are not getting hired. Seriously, because look, we know what's going on. Let's not fake what's going on out here. But I saw, you know how you on social media, I saw this clip about this criminal, this dude who wasn't getting hired because of his criminal record. And he wasn't getting these jobs. So you know what he did? He went to one of these warehouse stores, got him some hot dogs, and he was able to get a hot dog stand, one of those Will stands, and he was making $400 a day. Now, if he had gotten hired, he would have only got $100 a day. Look, I'm gonna tell you what, now more than ever, people need to look into being an entrepreneur. Now more than ever. You can't mess around with it. You can't mess around with it. You're gonna have to really look into it because it'll be tough out here. Now, if you're one of those people who has some idea, you had a plan, now more than ever. Now more than ever, seriously. Seriously, because you can keep sending your resume out, and I'm seeing like stories of people sending like 100, 200 resumes out, not getting an answer. It can be tough to get a job out here. Trust me, I've seen that close to home. I don't need to tell you more about that. Not myself, but let's just say people I know. They having trouble. I'm like, well, y'all need to be looking into this. It's tough out there. You need to think about what you can do, maybe as a solopreneur or something. Think about the skills that you had. And it don't even have to be a skill for something that you're looking for a job in. It's something that you just talented at doing. And I know you probably have to make all this money, and you probably thinking, yeah, I want to make all this money or something. Well, people don't want to pay you. People don't want to pay you. You might actually be better in some cases of just starting a business, getting the money that way. And no, you're probably not going to start off making a lot of money right away, but you're still making some money. You're still doing something. You're still doing something. You're not out here just like you're not sitting at home. You're not asking other people. Because I'm going to tell you what, with some of these businesses, they are advertised like, oh yeah, we're hiring. And they just want to see how many people they get will show up to apply for their business, but they're not really hiring. You know, it's interesting. My barber told me that a couple months ago, because my barber had a sister who was trying to get a job, and you see all these like, oh, we're hiring, but you see these signs up. And a lot of these businesses, whether it's some small business, whether it's some major business, they not really hiring. They really do want to see who's going to show up. And in fact, I had someone, he was talking about a major corporation. I'm not going to name the major corporation. They're not laying off people, but what they're doing is being slick. They finding whatever reason, they doing attrition. They finding whatever reason to fire someone. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's something I'm aware of because I've heard of that on my, 1,000 jobs. You see everything. You get some of these businesses, yeah, they won't lay you off, but they will like fire you for the most little thing. They won't have major layoffs. It's like, oh, you're a minute late from work, fired. And the example an associate used about that was, if you did something 20 years ago, they'll find out, oh yeah, fired. That's how they'll get rid of people. Oh, well, you one of those people, you've been on the job a while. Oh, okay, we'll give you a buyout. And I've seen stuff like that too. So, they slick all the way around. You got people trying to make money. And I haven't even done anything on AI yet, because I really haven't studied it. Now, I know what people are saying in general about it, and really the benefit of that, I'll just say the benefit of that are the owners of the company. The owners of the company. And see, you're not in that position. Now, if you're in a position to become like a major, something major in a company, oh yeah, definitely go for it. But a lot of people aren't. Start something now. If you're not getting hired, just start the business. Now, this ain't saying you might not get hired by somebody. Somebody might not use your skills, but then you have that business as a side business. This is very important. This is very important. Figure out what you can do, because that's one of the reasons I keep pushing this along, keep pushing this channel along, because you have to figure out, you still have to bring in money. You still have to figure out what you can do. People, they're laying off people. They're not hiring people. They engaged in attrition on these jobs. You have to figure out what you're going to do. Like, seriously, look into a business. And I'll get more into that in the next episode. But you want to start something. And it could be whatever. It could be whatever. And yeah, you could have that degree or something like that. And you know what? Your business might be walking dogs. Okay, fine, keep going. Your business might be cleaning up something. You're able to clean stuff. You're able to cook a cherry pie. You know, I seem to love that cherry pie. But start something. Look into something, because you have some other skills. You know, I remember when I came out of college, you know what? One of my side hustles while I was in college was DJing. I would DJ with a friend of mine. So I had that. I had that, and I was thinking about that. One of my 1,000 jobs. I was learning that. I was learning what I needed to do with that. And that was interesting. And, you know, I went to school like after I got out of college, but if I needed to, I would have been like looking at places to DJ. And actually did make a few tapes back then. Yeah. Ron was on that hustle. You got to figure out something. Figure out what your skills are. Figure out what you can do. Now, this ain't saying still don't look for that job if that's what you're looking for, but it's getting tougher and tougher nowadays. Tougher and tougher. So you really want to think in terms of, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? Like that person who had a criminal record I mentioned at the beginning of this. He was looking for jobs that might have given him 100 a day, but he ended up opening a hot dog stand where he was making 400 a day. He was doing what he had to do. And you really have to think about doing that. You really have to think about doing that. Seriously sit down and say, you know what? Let me just start a business. And it'll be way better than not having any money coming along. No, you might not make as much money as you would on that job, but you're still getting something coming in. And then even if you get that job, you can have that business as a side business. You can do something, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. You know the deal. Let's go make that money.